G'day, welcome back to Plugged In Australia, the podcast covering electric vehicles and the broader shift to sustainable transport across this fantastic country of ours, Australia. Bit of a rainy weekend here on the East Coast, so I hope you're all staying dry. Today is Monday the 9th of February. Our headline stories for today about the Xpeng G6 Flagship, the Porsche 718 electric uncertainty, and Toyota Corolla electrification plans. All that and much, much more. Let's get into it. Xpeng has officially unveiled its largest SUV to date, the GX, a 3-row flagship electric model that firmly positions the brand in the premium family hauler segment with impressive size, performance, range, and luxury features. The GX stretches over 5.2 metres in length with a wheelbase around 3.1 metres, providing genuine 7-seat capability in a 2-3-2 layout. With generous boot space even when all rows are in use, perfect for Australian families loading up for the school runs, the weekend getaways, or a regional trip with the kids, the pets, and all the gear. It's built on Xpeng's latest SEPA2 platform, featuring 800-volt architecture for ultra-fast charging, peak rates up to 480 kilowatt, allowing a 10 to 80% in as little as 15 minutes at compatible stations, adding hundreds of kilometres in a short stop. Battery options will include a large 102 kilowatt-hour pack, delivering up to 700 kilometres of WLTP range in the most efficient rear drive configuration, making it suitable for long highway drives or regional routes where charging is sparse. Powertrain choices start with single motor rear drive at around 230 kilowatt for efficiency-focused buyers, move to dual motor all-wheel drive for better traction in wet conditions or some light off-roading, so gravel roads and things like that, and top out with a tri-motor setup pushing 500 kilowatt combined power. That should be enough for a sub 4 second 0 to 100k an hour acceleration and some very confident overtaking on open roads. Suspension includes air springs with active damping for a smooth ride over potholes or corrugated gravel, plus rear wheel steering to improve low speed maneuverability in tight city parking or U-turns on narrow streets. Some interior highlights are a triple screen dashboard layout spanning driver display, central infotainment, and passenger entertainment. Premium materials like soft touch surfaces and wood accents, advanced voice controls with natural language processing, and level 2 plus driver assists, including highway autonomy for hands-off driving on marked roads. The safety suite covers a 360-degree camera, blind spot monitoring, and automatic emergency braking. Now, pricing in China starts around the equivalent of 100,000 Australian dollars for the base model, rising to premium levels for top specs. So, if launched in Australia, and Xpeng's local presence is still building with models like the G6 and the X9, expect $120,000 to $150,000 range depending on variant and options. This puts the GX up against the Kia EV9, the Hyundai Ioniq 9, and the Volvo EX90. An update on a story that we first flagged in episode 7. It's the potential axe looming over Porsche's electric 718 Boxster and Cayman. Now, the situation has escalated, with reports now indicating the entire project could be scrapped completely in an 11th hour decision by the brand's new CEO. The 983 generation was planned as the first full battery electric replacements for the petrol 718 models, which were discontinued in 2025 primarily due to the EU cybersecurity regulations, making the old platform non-compliant for future sales. The electric versions were designed from the ground up with a mid-mount battery pack for optimal weight distribution and classic Porsche handling balance, dual motor all-wheel drive setups, likely starting around 300 kilowatts with instant torque delivery, and ranges targeting in the 400 to 450 kilometer WLTP ballpark using high-density cells and efficient thermal management. No final production specs were ever released, but earlier teasers pointed to lightweight construction, rear-biased power distribution for sporty dynamics, and fast charging capabilities to suit track days or spirited drives. The program has suffered multiple delays, the original late 2025 launch pushed back repeatedly, and significant cost overruns amid broader spending reviews at Porsche and parent company Volkswagen. The recent EU decision to scrap its 2035 ban on new petrol and diesel cars has given manufacturers more flexibility to extend combustion and hybrid options. I think I'm being very diplomatic with that word flexibility. I probably would replace it with the word excuse. For Australia, where the petrol 718 range was phased out last year, leaving enthusiasts without a current option, cancellation it would be disappointing, removing the prospect of an electrified Boxster or Cayman that could deliver zero-emission thrills with Porsche's signature precision and fun on our winding coastal roads or track days. Now, if scrapped, Porsche's electric sports car efforts will likely concentrate on higher-end or limited models, leaving a gap in the accessible performance EV space. Toyota has shared more insights into the 2027 Toyota Corolla redesign, confirming a full model change built on updated TNGAC platform with electrification as standard across the lineup to meet global efficiency goals. Obviously, hybrid powertrains will be the core offering using improved 1.8 litre and 2 litre systems with higher electric motor integration for better performance and economy. The top hybrid spec is expected to deliver around 144 kilowatts combined output with torque over 200 newton meters, achieving fuel economy below 4 litres per 100 kilometres in real-world mixed driving. Significant for Australian commuters facing high fuel costs. A plug-in hybrid variant is strongly anticipated. Finally. Likely offering 60 to 80 kilometres electric-only range for short daily trips without using petrol. Similar to the current Prius Prime setup, not available in Australia, but tailored for Corolla's size and weight. Styling evolves with sharper, more aggressive lines, a larger front grille for aerodynamic efficiency, slim LED headlights, and wheel designs up to 18 inches. Interior upgrades include dual 12.3-inch screens for instrumentation and infotainment, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, over-the-air updates, and higher quality materials with more soft touches. Pricing is projected to start under $30,000 for base hybrids in Australia, where the Corolla has long been a top-selling small car for reliability and low running costs. This generation continues Toyota's hybrid dominance in the segment, offering proven efficiency for city and highway use while bridging to full EV for buyers not ready yet, especially valuable in Australia where small cars remain popular for urban parking and fuel savings. Now, we'll note in a story that we'll cover tomorrow most likely because it's still sort of breaking, is that Toyota is changing their CEO, their global CEO. So we really hope that Toyota will push more into these fully electric vehicles, but I guess a plug-in hybrid in the Corolla is got to start somewhere. Ford and Geely have announced a new partnership centered on vehicle production in Europe, with ongoing discussions for broader technology sharing that could extend to other markets, including us here in Australia. The deal involves shared manufacturing facilities to reduce costs and increase scale, leveraging Geely's expertise in EV platforms from brands like Volvo, Polestar, Zeekr, and Lynk & Co. Specific details are limited, but the collaboration could include joint development of electrified powertrains, battery systems, and software, helping Ford accelerate its hybrid and EV lineup in regions facing strict emissions rules. No models named yet, but it might influence future Rangers, Everests, or passenger EVs with Geely-sourced tech for better range or charging. For Australia, where Ford has such a strong ute and SUV sales presence, This could mean more affordable or advanced electrified options with shared components. Building on existing Geely Group ties, like Polestar's presence, the partnership reflects the industry trend of traditional makers teaming with Chinese EV leaders to share development costs and speed up the shift, something likely to benefit local buyers with more choice and value. Ford just need to make up their mind what they're doing. On to the next story. The BYD Sea Lion 6 plug-in hybrid wagon has been spied undergoing testing in Melbourne, confirming it as a more practical, family-orientated alternative to the Sea Lion 6 SUV, the Outlander plug-in hybrid, and the upcoming Toyota RAV4 plug-in hybrid. The wagon body style offers significantly more boot space and a lower, easier load floor compared to SUVs. This is ideal for large, weekly shops, sports gear, or weekend getaways with kids and luggage, while maintaining a sleek styling with a fastback rear. It will use BYD's advanced DMI hybrid system, featuring a blade battery, of course, for safety and longevity, delivering around 200 kilometers pure electric range for daily commutes without using petrol. Plus, you've got the petrol extender pushing a total combined range to over 1,000 kilometers for long trips without any range anxiety. Powertrain is expected to mirror the Sea Lion 6 with around 160 kilowatt combined output from the petrol engine and electric motors, with all-wheel drive options for better traction in wet conditions or light gravel. Features will include the large rotating touchscreen, premium interior with ventilated seats, advanced driver assists, and a vehicle-to-load capacity for powering appliances. Now, pricing is likely to land under $60,000 drive away, making it a compelling option for Australian families wanting a plug-in hybrid for its flexibility, its long range, and practicality, but still getting some of those lower running costs. Arrival is expected late 2026 or early 2027 as BYD expands its wagon and SUV offerings here. Leapmotor has made the C10 mid-size electric SUV more accessible with discounted drive-away pricing and up to $4,000 factory bonus, bringing entry models under $50,000 in some states to boost early adoption. The base variant uses a 69.9 kilowatt-hour LFP battery for around 420 kilometers WLTP range. It is rear-wheel drive, 160 kilowatt motor with a 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 7.5 seconds, a 150 kilowatt DC charging, adding around 300 kilometers in 30 minutes. Higher specs step up to a 95 kilowatt hour battery for up to 550 kilometers of range and all-wheel drive options with more power. Standard features across the line include a 15.6 rotating touchscreen, 360-degree cameras, level 2 driver assists, which include things like adaptive cruise control, lane centering. It has a panoramic roof, ventilated seats, and wireless phone charging. So the discount and bonus addresses market competition, positioning the C10 as strong value against things like the ZSEV, the Atto 3, and the entry-level Model Y. It's very good value for families wanting space, range, and premium touches. Pricing is really heating up in that budget end of the market. Very exciting. Western Australia is significantly scaling up its electric bus rollout with depot upgrades and a long-term fleet transition plan targeting 130 e-buses by 2029 across Perth and regional services. The program includes new charging infrastructure with 120 kilowatt depot chargers, on-site battery storage for peak load management and grid support, the maintenance facilities tailored for battery electric vehicles. Buses feature 300 kilometers of range from large packs, quiet electric drive for passenger comfort, full air conditioning, low floors for accessibility, and advanced safety systems including autonomous emergency braking and collision warnings. This will cut emissions in public transport by replacing diesel buses that burn millions of litres annually, with similar potential for other states to follow in school, charter and regional routes, supporting zero emission goals and quieter, cleaner cities. Mercedes-AMG has confirmed 3 all-performance SUVs as part of its future lineup, which is built on the dedicated AMG EA platform with axial flux motors for compact high power density, YASA technology for superior torque delivery, and 800-volt architecture for ultra-fast charging. I've got to say, when I read that axial flux motors, I thought someone was taking the mickey. Those that know. Let's keep going. The first is likely a high-performance G-Class equivalent arriving 2026, followed by 2 more SUVs blending AMG dynamics with electric efficiency. For Australia, this brings proper performance electrics, sharp handling, massive acceleration, and premium interiors for buyers wanting luxury without any compromise. Toyota has confirmed the Hilux hybrid rollout is delayed until 2027, with the initial focus on a mild hybrid diesel variant to meet emissions rules sooner, while full hybrid or plug-in options come later. The 2.8-litre turbo diesel pairs with a 48-volt system, adding around 15 kilowatt electric assist and 65 newton meters of torque for improved low-speed response and fuel economy, targeting 10% better efficiency or around 7.5 litres per 100 kilometres. The system includes regenerative braking to recharge the small battery and smoother stop-start. A full hybrid with a larger battery and more electric capability is in development, but has been pushed back, as same for the plug-in version. For Australia, where Hilux is the best-selling vehicle year after year, this unfortunately extends diesel dominance. Kia's PV5 modular electric van has gained approval for sale in Australia, offering configurable bodies for delivery, trades, passenger shuttles, or even a camper conversion through a life module system. Battery options up to 90 kilowatt hours, delivering around 400 kilometers of range with 150 kilowatt DC charging and up to 250 kilowatt power for strong performance. Pricing is expected around $70,000 drive away. This will fill a gap in commercial EVs with versatility, especially for fleets or small businesses. GAC Aeon UT compact electric hatchback, come on, has been approved for Australia with a 67 kilowatt hour battery for 500 kilometers of range, rear drive, 140 kilowatt motor, fast charging, panoramic screen, advanced driver assists, and premium interior. Expected under 45 grand, rivaling the MG4 and the BYD Dolphin as an affordable, stylish hatch for city driving. Tesla is finally rolling out vehicle-to-grid functionality, commonly called V2G or bidirectional charging, which allows compatible EVs to send power not just to a home, which is usually V2H, but to the wider electricity grid during peak demand periods. This has been a long requested feature from owners and energy experts, and it's now starting to arrive via over-the-air software updates. Don't get too excited. The rollout begins with the Cybertruck in the States, which already has the necessary hardware in its charge port and onboard inverter to support bidirectional flow. Tesla has confirmed Model 3 and Y vehicles built from 2025 onward with the latest hardware 4 or higher will also get V2G capability through future updates, while older models may require a hardware retrofit at a service center. How it works in practice. When connected to a compatible charger, initially this will be Tesla's own wall connector with bidirectional capability, and later will be rolled out to certified third-party units. The car can discharge stored battery energy back to the home during high tariff periods or grid stress events. It can even feed excess power into the network if your energy retailer supports it. So places like Amber. Owners will set the preferences in the Tesla app. They'll be able to set minimum battery percentages for knowing how much you want to drive, scheduled discharge windows, and participation in demand response programs were available. In Australia, this is particularly exciting because of our world-leading rooftop solar penetration. Over 3.7 million homes with panels and frequent grid stability challenges in summer peaks or extreme weather. A Tesla, or any electric vehicle for that matter, with V2G effectively becomes a mobile battery on wheels. So on sunny days, you charge from cheap solar, then discharge in the evening when prices are higher or the grid needs support, potentially earning credits or reducing bills significantly. For example, in states with time of use tariffs or virtual power plant programs, like Tesla Australia's Tesla VPP, owners could see real financial returns, and estimates for similar systems overseas suggest $500 to $1,500 per year, depending on usage and local rates. During blackouts, which can be common in some regional areas or after big storms, the car can power essential home loads for days. So Model Y long range has about a 75 to 80 kilowatt hour usable. That is enough for everything: lights, fridges, appliances, you name it. You'll be fine for days. And then if you've got solar and the sun comes up the next day, you know where I'm going with this. Tesla's system will include safety features like automatic isolation to prevent backfeeding during outages and gradual ramp down to protect battery health. Compared to competitors, that's a bit of a tongue twister, Tesla is late to full V2G. Brands like Nissan, Ford, in the States that is with the F-150, or if you've got one here in Australia, and Hyundai Kia already offering bidirectional in some markets. But Tesla's scale, over-the-air updates, and their ecosystem with the Powerwall integration could make it the most seamless. In Australia, where we have high solar but growing evening demand from ACs and EV charging, this turns millions of parked Teslas into distributed energy resources, helping stabilise the grid without new power plants. Some limitations to note: not all chargers will support it. Tesla's own bidirectional wall connector is key. From what I'm reading, any of the latest wall connectors will be able to make this happen. Discharge rates will most likely be capped for battery longevity. Already have minimums on Powerwalls. It won't let you discharge below 20% when exporting to the grid. So all of those things will come into play. You're going to have also retailer participation. I know some like AGL or Origin already looking into these sorts of things, but full grid feed incentives aren't widespread yet. I know Amber's also running a trial as well. Still, this is a major step towards EVs as energy assets and not just transport. And for us Aussies with plenty of solar, it could change the economics of ownership dramatically. And our last story for the day: Jaguar has sold its final new petrol vehicle in Australia, completing the transition to all-electric models like the I-Pace and upcoming electric models, whatever they're going to be called. Remaining petrol stock cleared, focusing on premium battery electric vehicles with strong performance and range, marking the end of ICE for the brand locally. And that's a wrap for our episode today, Monday, the 9th of February, 2026. I hope you learned something new, went a little bit more in depth with our vehicle-to-grid information from Tesla. It's definitely a subject that very much passionate about, and might even do a dedicated episode all about it as it's evolving just so quickly. Just before we wrap up, I wanted to make a quick note on our release schedule. So over the past couple of weeks since we launched, there's been more than enough EV news pretty much every day to keep us recording fresh episodes. Our aim is to have them edited and pushed out to you by 7 a.m. Sydney time, whenever that's possible, so that they're ready for your morning commute, your coffee run, your school drop-off, whatever it is that you're doing at 7 o'clock in the morning. Hopefully not sleeping. No guarantees, though, because life happens and news flows varies, but the target is to get you the latest as early as possible. Now, we'd love your feedback, your thoughts on episodes, your story suggestions, or honestly anything EV related. or new energy related as well, drop us an email, info@pluggedinaustralia.com.au, or find us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page now, Plugged In Australia. Your input helps shape the show. We're only new here. We've only been doing this for a few weeks, so I really do appreciate all of your feedback. And that's all we have time for today. Thank you very much for listening. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Share with a mate. And until next time, stay plugged in and stay charged. Ci vediamo.